Concerns here in our area when it comes to COVID-19 with more cases while the efforts to get vaccinated continue.
Yeah, to talk more about this, we welcome Dr. James McCarthy, the Chief Physician Executive at Memorial Hermann. Doctor, thank you for joining us. We want to start by asking you about the newly reported daily cases of COVID-19 at the Texas Medical Center. Yesterday, that number was 4,038. It appears to be the largest one-day total since the pandemic started. What are you seeing at Memorial Hermann when it comes to the number of COVID-positive patients?
So for the last month, we have seen a steady increase in the number of cases daily. We have seen steady increase in the percent positive of the people we test. If you go back a month ago, we were seeing more of the positives in the younger population, but what we're seeing now is that those positives are increasing across all age groups. We were hovering about 8% last week. We're up north of 12% this week for what we're seeing for the positivity rate of the cases, and our admissions have steadily climbed over the last 4 weeks. We are significantly higher than we were 2 months ago. We have doubled the number of COVID patients in the hospital on any given day over the last 6 weeks, and we are definitely feeling the pressure, and we're very concerned about what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks as people gather with friends and family for these 2 upcoming holidays.
Doctor, how do you envision the logistics of a mass vaccine rollout to the next tier of patients, which includes people over 65 and those with underlying conditions? Are we going to see drive-through operations? Will they have to make appointments?
Yeah, so we're scheduling looking at all those options right now. First, I would say we're not done with 1A. We still have a large number of healthcare providers in our community and our pre-hospital EMS providers especially, who we're still going full tilt vaccinating. So we're vaccinating physicians and their private practice and their office staff now. We're vaccinating our partners in EMS to get them vaccinated. But we do anticipate in the next week being able to move into scenarios as more vaccine continues to become available, where we will move into the group 1B as defined by the state in their phasing. And those specifically are going to be people who are over the age of 65 or have medical comorbidities that put them at increased risk for complication. Because of that, we're going to have to be very intentional about who we reach out to initially. So we'll be reaching out to our patients, and it will be by a scheduled process only. But as we look ahead and are seeing more and more vaccine likely to become available, we're exploring options like drive-throughs or large convention center type operations. And we're looking at all those with our partners around the city and around the region.
And Dr. McCarthy, what is your prediction on when we're going to start to see the impact of the vaccine in the form of a sizable decrease in the positivity rate and the number of daily new cases?
Right. So that's a great question, and I wish I could give you a date where I said everything's going to be just fine. But it's going to take us. The reason I'm going to hesitate a little bit is we really don't know how much vaccine we'll be continuing to get and when that gets out. We know that to really make an impact in what the population is experiencing, we've got to get up to 70, 80% of herd immunity, and that's either with natural antibodies or with vaccine. And that's going to take a couple months before we get there, right? If we're looking at the amount of vaccine that Memorial Hermann received just the other day was an additional 13,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine, which is fantastic. We're going to be pushing this out as quickly as we can, but Houston has millions of people in it, and it's going to take us a long time to get up to that. So it's a couple months ahead before we're really going to get on top of this.
All right, Dr. James McCarthy, Chief Physician Executive at Memorial Hermann, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, and Merry Christmas to you as well.
Thank you, everybody. Stay safe and keep wearing your mask.